Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Jiyong Ryu, and I am the medical director of Dr. Ryu Aesthetics and Weight Loss in Cary, North Carolina.
大家晚上好，欢迎来到东方人皮肤护理的讲座。我是柳博士，现在住在北卡的 Cary。
I am happy to speak to you today about basic skincare for East Asians.
我很高兴今天给大家介绍一下东方皮肤的最基本的护理方式。
But before I do that, I would like to tell you a little bit about myself.
在开始以前，我想先自我介绍一下。
I have a medical license to practice in both Korea and the United States.
我有医师认证，在韩国和美国。我在韩国和美国都有医生认证。
I trained in the United States, and I am double board certified in obesity medicine and rehabilitation medicine.
我在美国受到了训练，我在美国接受的训练，我同时有体重，他说是减肥和那个脊椎疼痛治疗的证书。
I also worked and trained in Gangnam District of Seoul doing aesthetics and obesity medicine.
我同时有那个就是脊椎疼痛和那个减肥的医生证书。
During this time, I obtained a lot of experience treating Asian skin, which is very different from Caucasian skin.
在期间，我受到了很多关于皮肤护理的训练，而东方人的皮肤和白人的皮肤是完全不一样的。
I will go over some of the major differences we see in Asian skin.
我将给大家就是从头到尾介绍一下这些皮肤的护理。
East Asian people, or people from China, Korea, and Japan, tend to have thicker skin, more melanin, or skin pigments, more oil, and more collagen.
东方人的皮肤，包括中国人、韩国人和日本人，他们的皮肤更厚一点，有更多的黑色素和也比较油一些另外，他们有比较多的胶原蛋白。
This means that we can easily get dark spots, scars, and inflammation if we damage our skin.
这也就是说，如果我们的皮肤受到伤害的话，我们会更加容易的得到黑斑、疤和感染。
When Asians get a cut or laceration in their skin, it is very important to take care of this so you don't get an ugly scar or dark spot.
当我们的皮肤被受伤的时候，大家要非常小心，立即进行处理，否则的话就会容易得到疤或者是黑斑。
I think the best way is to initially use a covering like Duoderm, which will keep moisture inside and reduce inflammation.
第一步是要立即把它遮挡起来，避免感染。
This is better than a regular bandage.
这个比一般的我们用的 bandage 也好一些。
As this continues to heal, a silicone sheet or gel can help to prevent a keloid scar.
在接下来的恢复过程中，胶原铁可能会对我们有很多的帮助。
If you do get a bad scar, sometimes injecting steroids into the scar can help.
如果万一你有疤的话，如果做急速注射的话，会有帮助。
But currently, there are some good lasers that can be used to treat ugly scars and dark spots.
目前有些激光也可以治疗这些黑斑和疤。
If you get dark spots, which we call post-inflammatory pigmentation, laser treatment with Revlite is very effective.
在这黑斑和疤上面，就是用激光治疗是非常有效的。
Another procedure that is good for scars and dark spots is called radiofrequency microneedling.
治疗这个我还不知道这个叫什么，叫用无线高频的微针头治疗。
This procedure is also very good for acne scars.
这些对得粉刺的斑也是非常有效的。
Both of these lasers are very popular in Korea because so many Asians have problems with discoloration and scars.
这个对于颜色矫正的激光治疗在南韩是非常流行的，因为在亚洲人里有很多这样的问题。
One of the things that I saw in Korea is that men would often come to my clinic to get treatment.
在这些治疗的过程中，男士和女士是不一样的。
I learned that men can be very interested in aesthetics too.
Sorry, I cannot hear you. Yes.
Oh, I learned that men can be very interested in aesthetics too.
男士的皮肤都是从那个男性激素过来的。
Men's skin can be very different. Because of testosterone, their skin is thicker and more oily with more acne.
男性的皮肤因为激素的作用，所以他的皮肤更油一些，而且也更厚一点，更加容易得粉刺。
Their skin can get damaged from daily shaving.
他们的皮肤也可能因为每天刮胡子而受到伤害。
However, they have less aging because of the thicker skin.
因为他们比较厚一些，所以他们看上去就是皮肤的老化慢一点。
For women, estrogen makes the skin more flexible and elastic. It also heals faster.
女性的激素让他们的皮肤看上去更加有弹性，而且它恢复的也更加快一些。
However, after menopause, the skin gets thinner and more wrinkles appear.
但是女性的皮肤更加容易老化。
Men should use skincare products that are less oily.
男士需要用一些他们用的护肤品应该更加油含量低一些。
There are products made just for men, but it is okay to use women's products as well.
尽管有很多男士皮肤护理的产品，但是男士也可以用女士的护理品。
Men should also wear sunscreen since they are usually outside a little more.
男士需要用护肤霜，因为他们在外面的时间更多一些。
I think we have to be very careful in North Carolina.
在北卡州，我们应该更加小心一些。
It is very different from Seoul, Korea, where I am from, because the sun is very strong all year around.
这个和我长大的南韩不同，这里的太阳更加厉害一些。
We also drive a lot, which exposes our face to sun.
另外我们在外面更多时间，所以说我们有更多的机会照太阳。
There are no tall buildings to block the sun, and we do a lot of outdoor activities like golf.
因为它没有一些高的建筑，所以说也没有一些物理的能够阻挡太阳照在我们的皮肤上。
So when is the sun damage the worst?
日光对皮肤的伤害是最厉害的。
It is true that summer is when the sun is the strongest, but humidity in the summer helps to block UV rays.
夏天的阳光很厉害，而且湿度也阻止了，但湿度阻止了那个紫外线。
However, there is less humidity in the spring and fall, and so the UV rays are actually stronger during this time.
在春天和秋天的时候，因为湿度的降低，紫外线很容易就伤害到了我们。
Therefore, sunscreen should be applied all year round.
所以我们一年四季都应该用防晒霜。
If you get dark spots from too much sun, the best treatment for this is Revlite SI laser.
如果你有黑斑的话，而这黑斑是由太阳照射引起的话，最好的治疗方法是激光。
One of the things I learned in Korea is that we need to use different techniques for Asian skin.
在南韩的经历让我认识到，我们需要用不同的方式来处理东方人皮肤问题。
If we do the same thing we do for Caucasian people, Asians can get even more dark spots.
如果我们用和处理白人一样的方式处理的话，我们的黑斑会变得更加厉害。
So I perform something called the laser toning technique.
所以我比较喜欢一个叫 laser toning 的那个技术。
This is a technique where I use a lower power on the laser, but the sessions are more frequent.
这是一个更加低能量但是高频率的一个治疗方式。
Let's talk about masks. Masks can cause a lot of problems for your skin.
让我们来讨论一下口罩。口罩会引起很多皮肤问题。
Skin temperature goes up, more oil is produced, and pores get blocked.
我们的皮肤因为戴口罩，皮肤的温度会升高，所以油的分泌量会增加，所以同时毛孔会被堵塞。
So it is important to change your mask often and keep your skin clean and moisturized.
所以我们要经常换我们的口罩，要清洁我们的皮肤，并且要保湿。
It is also important to wear right size mask to minimize friction from tight mask.
我们要戴尺寸正确的口罩，以避免太紧而造成的伤害。
Also, consider better quality mask with less chemical odor when you keep on getting skin irritations.
另外也需要选择一些高质量的口罩，不要有尽量减少化学品在口罩上对你皮肤的伤害。
I would like to talk about a skin barrier.
下面我们讨论一下什么是皮肤屏障。
Skin is the largest organ in our body.
皮肤是我们身体最大的器官。
And it acts as a barrier against allergens, bacteria, and viruses.
它作为一种屏障，保护我们的皮肤，阻止了细菌、和病毒等进入我们的身体。
However, this barrier can be damaged for many reasons.
这个屏障有可能被许多的因素被许多因素破坏。
When the skin barrier is damaged, this leads to itchiness, redness, dryness, inflammation, and wrinkles, like you see here.
当受到伤害的时候，它可能会痒、会红、会干、会发炎，也会增加皱纹。
There are things we can do every day to improve the skin barrier.
我们怎么样可以每天来更好的护理我们的皮肤这个屏障？
We need to realize that our skin is mildly acidic with a pH of 5.5.
我们皮肤是一个弱酸的环境，
And so we need to maintain that pH by using right cleansers.
所以我们要用正确的清洁剂去保持我们的皮肤在这样一个弱酸性pH 5.4到5.9的范围。
For example, regular hand soap is very bad for skin and is alkaline.
我们一般用的洗手的肥皂对皮肤是非常有害的。
Using a toner also helps to restore mild acidity.
用一个 toner 我们说的就是爽肤水，也可以让我们皮肤回到这样一个正确的 pH 酸度弱酸的环境里。
It is also important not to use too much soap, which will dry out the skin and destroy the barrier.
不要用太多的肥皂，因为它可以让你的皮肤变干，也会破坏你的皮肤屏障。
The method I recommend is a 3-1-1-1 method.
一个很好的方法，我认为是叫3-1-1-1方式。
First, you apply toner 3 times, 30 seconds apart.
先涂3遍爽肤水，每次间隔30秒。
You can brush teeth or wear socks in between.
然后用 serum， 就是我们说的那个 ，sorry， 我忘了中文名字。
Then serum, skin barrier cream, and finally sunscreen.
然后用那个护肤霜，最后用防晒霜。
This is what I do every night, and this has worked very well for me.
这个我每天晚上都用，它对我工作的非常好。
Many Asians like to peel and scrub their skin.
很多亚洲人喜欢剥离或者用磨砂磨皮肤。
However, I don't think peeling or scrubbing is good for the skin.
但我觉得这个对皮肤不太好。
It may make your skin feel smooth temporarily, but over time it weakens the skin.
经常用它的会让你的皮肤变弱。
I tell clients to limit peeling and scrubbing to once or twice a month.
试着把你的皮肤剥离或者磨砂降在1到2次每个月。
Now let's talk about what happens to our face as we get older.
让我们来谈一谈，当我们年纪变大的时候，我们的脸会有什么变化？
We slowly lose fat in our face and skin starts to sag.
我们的皮肤和脸会慢慢的往下垂下来。
For younger people, their face forms a triangle that we call a triangle of youth.
年轻人他的脸基本是三角形的。
However, as we get older, our skin starts to sag down and it becomes more like a square.
随着年龄的增加，我们的皮肤开始下垂，我们的脸从三角形变成了一个正方形。
For a sagging face, surgery is an option.
要治疗这种皮肤下垂，手术是一个很好的办法。
A facelift surgery can help to lift sagging skin.
这种手术可以去掉多余下垂的皮肤。
However, surgery can be risky and can have complications such as infection and paralyzed face.
但这种手术总会带来危险，而且容易造成。
Most people do not like the idea of having a surgery.
很多人不喜欢这样的治疗方式。
Another option is a skin tightening laser.
另外一个治疗方式就是让皮肤变紧的激光治疗。
The most popular laser in Korea is Thermage, which is also very popular among celebrities in the United States.
Thermage 在那个南韩是一个非常流行的方式，在美国也很流行。
Thermage is a procedure that can be done once a year.
这种治疗可以1年做1次。
It uses radio frequency energy to increase collagen production and tighten the skin.
它是视频和能量注射深层皮肤里，然后让皮肤变得年轻。
At my clinic, we carry the newest version of Thermage laser, the Thermage FLX.
我们的诊所有最新型的机器。
As we get older, we also get more of these deep wrinkles and folds.
随着年龄的增加，我们的皱纹也慢慢会变深。
These wrinkles form because the muscles under the skin become very large from using them too much.
这皮肤造成也是因为我们用的太多的关系。
One thing we can do to avoid wrinkles is to change how we sleep.
一个很有效的办法是改变我们睡觉的方式。
It is best to sleep on our back, but if our pillow is too high, this can cause wrinkles in our neck.
最好是躺平睡，但如果枕头太高的话，会造成脖子上的皱纹。
If we sleep on our side or on the belly, this can cause nasolabial folds if we push our face into the pillow.
如果我们睡在如果我们趴着睡或者侧睡的话，它可能会引起一些呼吸的问题，或者是我们造成。
Another thing we can do to stop wrinkles is to avoid certain facial expressions.
另外是我们表情使用造成的皱纹。
If we use our facial muscles too much, they become large and make things worse.
如果有很多表情的话，它可能让这个变得更加严重。
So we should avoid frowning, squinting our eyes, and raising eyebrows.
我们应该避免这种方式。
We often show these expressions towards our family, so ask them to remind you to relax your face.
另外我们可以告诉我们家人，经常提醒我们，让我们的面部表情放松。
Botox is a very popular treatment for wrinkles because it is very effective.
肉毒杆菌的注射也是目前很流行的一种治疗方式。
As you know, Botox paralyzes the muscle and the deep wrinkles will disappear.
它主要是麻醉表皮，然后造成就是皮肤的松弛。
It is important to use the right amount of Botox.
最主要的是要选择正确的种类去使用。
Each patient will require a different amount.
每个病人他需要不同的量。
If you do too much, it will look very unnatural.
如果用太多的话，你的表情就看上去非常的不自然。
There are several types of Botox, but they all work similarly.
有几种不同的种类，但他们工作的方式基本都差不多。
These last about 3 to 4 months, and so the patients have to come regularly for injections.
一般来说，它可以保持3到4周，这样的话，病人会需要定期的到诊所来注射。
At our clinic, we offer Botox and Juvo. They both work very well.
我们诊所提供2种，他们都工作得很好。
But the price of Juvo is a little less than the Botox.
Juvo 比稍微略微贵一点。
In conclusion, I would like to say, to avoid the sun and protect the skin barrier, prevention is very important.
护理皮肤最重要的就是预防，避免太阳照射和保护你的皮肤屏障是最重要的。
For scars and dark spots, there are effective treatments available, such as lasers and microneedling.
对疤痕和黑点比较有效的治疗方法是激光和微针头。
Skin tightening laser treatment is performed once a year and are excellent alternative to surgery.
而皮肤紧致的激光治疗是1年只需要1次，是一个非常好的替代拉皮的一种方式。
Thank you for attending to the presentation.
谢谢大家今天来。Okay, somebody asked you a question in the chat box.
Oh, how many Revlite treatments are needed for dark spots? For Asian skin, we usually recommend 10 sessions, and you will start to see effect from 7th treatment.
我有一个问题可以问一下吗？
可以。
我想问一下，去颈纹，什么是最有效的办法呀？
就是脖子那边的纹，对吧？
对。
She's asking what is the best way or efficient one to reduce the wrinkles during the neck, among the neck.
You mean the
wrinkles on the neck? Yes.
Oh, neck wrinkles. There are different ways. Neck wrinkles can be done through Botox by doing a micro needling of the Botox.
他说可以用那个就是注射，哎呀，我都搞不明白这些名字。注射那个就是肉毒杆菌，他说用那个非常细的针来注射。
PRP 可以吗 ？PRP 这个方法会有效吗？
Is the PRP works? Does PRP work?
PRP used to be very popular in Korea about 10 years ago, but it's not as effective as other medications. So it's kind of falling out of trend in Korea, but it's still popular in America.
OK.
对，他说在美国还是挺流行，在南韩基本上大家都不用了。
I got a question. What is the price range for the skin tightening once a year?
Skin tightening laser, the tip is very expensive, so the price range is about 1,800 to 2,500, but we try to keep it on a lower range if possible. And it also depends on how many shots you get. You can either get a 600 shots just for the face or 900 shots including the neck. Or some people, if they want to concentrate more on their like certain areas, then they might have to use all 900 on the face. So the price differs whether you want the 600 or the 900. It depends on the age and if you got the Thermage before or how thin is your skin.
Okay, thanks.
For the neck wrinkle, how many times do we need for the micro needling and the Botox?
Yeah, so there are different ways. If you want a very quick result, then Botox micro needling is good. But if you want more long result, a secret radio frequency, the one that does micro needling and shoots out the radio frequency, is better for longer result. So there are different ways to do it, but depends whether you have side wrinkles or some people have wrinkles this way. So it's a little different, and the treatment is a little different too.
But it has to be done every year or just one time forever?
Which one? The secret RF?
Yeah.
Much. Secret RF, we usually recommend up to 3 treatments. With 3 treatments, and it lasts about a year. And then the next year, we can choose to do 1 or 2 procedures. It very differs from people, so it's hard to say like any aesthetic procedure.
Okay. Thank you.
So
I have a question. So which type of maybe like a treatment or skincare product is effective in treating something like inflammation or rash of the skin?
Rash or skin, it's best to use a skin barrier cream. There are many skin barrier cream that's more thicker and more medically oriented than a regular cream. So if you, I can't recommend a specific product. I know some Korean products, but in Korea, in American one, the one I can think of is called La Roche-Posay. They sell it at CVS too. And I think they have a B5 Cicaplast, Cicaplast. That's one type of barrier cream.
Could you spell it again? CICA?
CICAPLAST.
You mean in which website?
CVS.
See, you can find
CVS.
it easily and CVS. That's one thing you can easily get here.
Oh.
It's a French brand from France.
I heard some years ago, I heard for different kind of skin, so it is recommended to use something like a Asian type of skincare products instead of something like a Western type of skin care product for Asian people. Is that true?
Well, a lot of Western products tend to have a little more perfume, more good smell. And these days, the Korean products, they come out with the good ingredients. And Korean people tend to be, when they pick a cosmetic, they even look at the ingredients. So Korean products, they try to make it more, use more ingredients, more less chemicals and less irritants to satisfy the consumer's demand. So definitely I would recommend Korean products than the Western products, but there are some very good Western products too. So if you know which one to pick, it's good to combine it. Like each one from different companies have different products that they produce very well. So it's good to mix and match. And I can give you more recommendations.
Yeah, could you give some recommendation about which brand of a Korean product?
Yeah, I am planning to carry a Dr. Jart, J-A-R-T. I think it's popular in China too. I like that brand because it's a cosmetic, but it has a lot of medical properties too, and it calms down the skin very well.
J-A-R-T?
Oh, J-A-R-T.
J-A-R-T. You can
Dr.
purchase it through Amazon?
You can purchase through Amazon, and I'm planning to carry it in my clinic too, because they use less irritants and they try to focus on healing the skin barrier. So I like that brand.
What's your clinic's name?
It's called Dr. Ryu Aesthetics and Weight Loss. It's in West Cary. Yes, it's very important to build up your skin barrier instead of trying to make your skin smoother and nice. So I recommend that 3-toner method that I recommended earlier to build up your skin barrier. And then you'll cover it with a cream so the toners don't evaporate or fly away. If you keep on doing that for 1 month, you'll see that your skin looks healthier and it's glowing more. So I recommend that method.
Do you think we can do the mask every day, like daily doing the mask, or only 2 or 3 times per week?
I think doing mask every day is good, but if you keep on supplying the too much nutrition or hydration too much, I think our body loses the ability to produce moisture and hydration because you do enough by outside. So I think it's too good to keep it around 2-3 days a week at most.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Do you have a hydrofacial? Do you offer hydrofacial?
I do not offer hydrofacial because that's also kind of like a peeling. So it makes sure, as I said, all those procedures make your skin smoother, but then I cannot do laser right away because your skin got a little thinner. So in order to effectively do a laser, I would want a good skin barrier to safely do the laser. So I do not offer it at this time.
Got you.
Mhm.
Thank you. But do you think it's a good way to have a deep cleaning for your face? Is it a good way or not?
I do not think so because in North Carolina, we don't have air pollution. The air is very clean. In Seoul or maybe Shanghai or other big cities, there are air pollution and dust. So people need to do a lot of, people need to do deep cleanse or double cleansing at nighttime. But here, I don't think we have too much dust or air pollution. So I think just one cleansing, a gentle cleansing is enough just to get your makeup off. And if you don't wear makeup, more gentle cleansing can be sufficient.
Got you. Thank you.
And also in the morning, if you're not too oily, you should just do water cleansing, no soap. And in case this gets oily, just use soap gently on your forehead and nose part. Don't do here because this is gonna be more dry.
Got you. Thank you. For the laser, how often do you think we need to do just try to have a healthy skin?
For the secret RF, which is a microneedling with a RF, it makes our skin healthier. You can do it up to 3 times a year. And then the following year, you can do maybe once or twice. Revlite laser, you want to do it. This is about 2 treatments, 2 weeks apart for 10 sessions. And then if you think that you need a little more after summer, summer we can get extra dark spots, then you do maybe 2-3 sessions. It depends how fast your dark spots disappear.
Okay, how much is it for?
Right now, for the Revlite for the dark spot laser, we are running an opening special of 150 per session.
Okay. So 3 times per year, right?
That one's a secret RF, which is around maybe 400 something, but then for the Revlite laser, you require up to 10 sessions.
Okay.
For age 45 and up, it depends. If the wrinkle is the problem, secret RF microneedling is best. If the skin is sagging skin, you feel like you don't have much collagen and it's kind of sagging, then Thermage is the best. If it's for pigments, you're getting dark spots and you want to get rid of it, then it's for Revlite. So I pick those lasers that serves different purpose. So age 45 is a It's a very good age to get laser because you can see good effects from all these 3 lasers. So it depends. Yes, it depends what your concerns are. I have another question. What about age 55? Is it too late to use laser to remove black spots? No, that is not a late age. We can do it up to even like 80 years old. And there are very successful cases of doing lasers on that age too. It's just that in between, we have to moisturize very well to recover that skin barrier. So I don't think it's I think it's 55 is not a late age at all, but I educate each clients to moisturize in a right way and even 3 times a day to make the dark spots go away faster, because the laser makes the melanin break. And if you hydrate yourself very well, it's drained much faster. So it's very important to drink water and put a lot of moisturizers after these kind of lasers.
So after the laser treatment, will those coming back soon or no?
Depends how you take care of it. So North Carolina, it is very picky because we do a lot of outdoor activities and we drive a lot. So it's very important that you put daily sunscreen. And if you don't want to put another one, you can buy a cushion that has SPF in it, and you can just pat it, especially on these areas where you can get melasma or dark spots. So as long as you take care of those skin and try to not stay out in the sun, let's say you're waiting for your kid's soccer practice, always be mindful of the sun, then you should be okay keeping those dark spots off. Another question is, how long does it take to recover? Does it mean I can't go outside or have to get my face covered? Maybe 5-10 years ago, a lot of lasers are very aggressive and they caused a lot of scars and redness after the procedures. But nowadays, the lasers are getting more advanced where you don't have so much downtime, which means that recovery time. Revlite, you hardly need any downtime. Secret RF, the redness might be there for maybe 2 days, but not too long. And Thermage, it's no downtime. You can wear makeup on that day right away. So nowadays it's becoming more lasers are becoming more advanced in that way.
There's more question in the chat box.
Do you can you just give some kind of a recommendation about the kind of a skincare product or treatment about acne?
Treatment about acne. I think for teenager acne, it happens because we have too much oil in our body from hormones. But I think adult acne happens a lot because the water and oil is not balanced. So a lot of people treat the adult acne by taking away the oil more, which makes your face drier. But I think it's better to moisturize better so the moisture is in level with the oil more. So, and the skin, by moisturizing it better, it makes the skin barrier stronger, which makes less acne. So I recommend, as an adult, I would recommend to use more non-oily moisturizers, which is basically toner. So I think you can benefit a lot from using a multiple toner method. Another question is, do you have a plan to open another office in Charlotte area? Thank you for the interest, but I just opened in Cary this week, so maybe in the future. Who knows? Thank you.
I missed the first part of your meeting, but how do we build our skin barrier?
Oh, we can build our skin barrier by protecting our skin from the sun. Don't rub your skin too much. Don't scrub your skin too much. And keep on building the moisturizer, because our skin is like a brick. It's like a brick and mortar. It's like a house wall. And if you keep on stripping it or rubbing it too much, it becomes weak. So you want to pat it with a good moisturizer and keep it nice and strong. So you don't get any wrinkles, irritation, redness, and also it can become itchy too if you have weak skin barrier.
Got you. Thank you.
Doctor, is apple cider vinegar actually helping our skin or no?
Apple cider vinegar is an acid. It's same as peeling. So it might be a little too much irritation for the skin. And if you want to use it right, you have to dilute it very, very a lot. It's known to be good for the hair and scalp for deep cleansing, but our face is a little weaker than our scalp, so we have to be more gentle.
Okay, thanks.
Another question is for Thermage, how many times for a year? There are celebrities like Jennifer Lopez or Gwyneth Paltrow doing it twice a year, but it's sufficient just to do once a year.
If there's some kind of inflammation inside of the nose, the skin of the nose, how to take care of that or do some treatment?
Yeah, inflammation in the nose, you can treat it same as the skin. And a lot of ear, nose, and throat doctors recommend Vaseline, plain Vaseline, which will also, it's in the same concept of making the skin barrier inside the nose stronger and calm down the inflammation. So inside the nose, Vaseline might be sufficient.
Vaseline. Is that Vaseline is a little bit too oily for face or other type of skin?
Yeah, so face, there's very different options. Some even dermatologists recommend Vaseline, but I think we have better options. So many of the Korean products or they have better ingredients such as ceramide and niacinamide, which is part of the skin barrier. So they protect more gentle skin. Vaseline is a petroleum, so it's effective, but it might be not too much for the regular skincare. It's okay for like laceration where you got cuts like paper cuts temporarily, but to use it every day, it might be a little too oily.
I once heard from an article, that person, she said that her grandma told her if they use too much of a Vaseline, will that cause some kind of a cancer or?
Yeah, it's a petroleum. So I personally like it from just my lips sometimes, but I try not to use it too often. Yeah, so I think sometimes it's okay, but it shouldn't be we have better options to use for regular skincare. Another question is, sorry, I joined a little late tonight. Do you have a recording of the tonight sharing that I could watch later? Also, if I'd like a generic session to learn how to better take care of my facial skin, how much does it cost? I think this presentation is being recorded, so you can go back and come in for a free consultation. I'm offering free consultation, and I'd love to look at your skin and advise you what you can do a little better.